Are you not gonna eat the ugly eye, fat mouth? You being ugly, bro. He ain't even see it.
It's okay. Nobody.
And I don't want to stop it.
We finna beat him up, bro. We finna beat him up.
I don't want to mess it up.
Go ahead, Ricky.
All right, got you.
I can edit this out on this side. On YouTube, I can edit it out.
Let it trip out for a little bit.
Yep. And start really.
Keep rolling. What they do is keep the G podcast. You know it's your girl Kayla Cutthroat.
Q, Mo, but
Lot of mercy. Red.
And you go, Rick.
You feel me? Alright, so the topics we got today is red flags.
Red flags.
Mo, it's on you. Domestic violence, you know what I'm saying?
You know, it all ties together. Y'all gonna see what it do.
And
So,
I'm gonna tell y'all this podcast, you know, we ain't talking about no bullshit, y'all talking about realism. You know what I'm saying?
Real thing, real life situations.
All the time.
You know what I'm
All the
saying?
time.
So
That's why it's keep it G.
You know what I'm saying? So, we're gonna start with, red
We
flags.
start with red flags.
Red flags.
Red flags. Listen, red
Who
flags.
wanna start it first?
Explanation. Red flags. You know the signs that you see before you talking to somebody. You try to get to know them. You see those signs and you ignore them, and then later on in a relationship they become problems. So I ain't going first. I ain't going.
I'll put them out.
Don't say the name.
Dealt with somebody, you know, around the lake, and mind you, we just was texting here or there, and then a notification came up on Instagram, and you know, thing, and she said, "Have you seen it?" I was like, "No." And we ain't together, you know, we just talking, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She got pissed, like you would thought we was together, to a point she walked off, mad, snapped out her mouth, and I'm sitting there like, uh-oh. So I'm like, hold on, like, this is really going on right now? You know what I'm saying? And this is the first time I think I dealt with it. I've seen red flag before, but obviously I think it was a little different. I saw the potential in this person.
Right.
So once again, I knew I didn't do this. I said, oh, they might change. No, it's gonna be like that.
No
you
way.
know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah, we give people chances.
Right.
We give people
Then
chances.
feel doubt.
when that happened, I'm just like, maybe it is. I got worse. So, especially I learned from that. 'Cause that was my one and only experience. So,
Yeah.
everybody else want to go?
All right, well, I got one that y'all can probably relate with. It was around this, it was last year. Now, I don't know if y'all remember. I did tell y'all, but it's on y'all if y'all don't remember. But there was this girl I was talking to, and we were supposed to go to, I rented a hotel, and we were going to hang out at the hotel. I don't know if y'all remember this.
Yeah,
But I got the hotel, and I invited her to go there, and we were texting, and she was like, oh, but don't expect anything. So I was like, okay, I'm not trying to just go there and like say, oh, you gotta do something, but I went there with the intention, but it was like So for me, that was a red flag because for me that's a red flag. Let me explain. So I was putting in more effort to her than she was putting in to me, and I should have known that to say, I shouldn't waste my time with her if it's not reciprocating on her end. So I think things like that you can't be a simp over in a sense, if you want to, for layman's terms. But yeah, that's something that you have to look out for, like giving somebody the attention when they're not receiving it, when they're not giving it to you.
It's on you, Red.
I'm itching.
Yeah, you just, man, no. Red flag.
Well, hold on, you can't let them go first. You can't let them go to the
Listen,
You
I'll
don't
go.
feel bad.
I'll go.
Okay, go ahead. That's
I'll go.
Hey, got one. Go
Alright,
ahead.
so I was dealing with somebody probably 2 years ago, and I don't know, I ain't gonna lie, like we've known each other previously before that, so we was already acquainted, we was friends before, like we was still friends then, but I'm the type of person like before we even start, I'm telling you what it is, and you tell me what it is, and we on the same page. Somewhere throughout the little year that we was kicking in and doing what we was doing, friends with benefit type stuff, like out of nowhere, like she started saying little stuff like, oh, you probably do this with all type of females, and oh, you probably do this and that with other females. You probably have females coming through here when I'm not here. And I'm like, first of all, like you live with me. You know what I'm saying? So, it was like, I don't know, like like you can tell like the way somebody is like by how they're acting, they're used to toxicity, like they're used to toxic relationships or friendships because I mean it even got to the point where it was just like it was just a bunch of drama involved and it's like I told her like man you used to that type of stuff. But me feeling like the way I love somebody could change it, that's what messed it up. Like so when you see that, it was supposed to be like oh no, we can't do this. But I kept going because I'm like, well, we just friends with benefits, so it shouldn't get that far. Right. But then just like as time progressed, it just kept getting worse and worse. And I'm like she'll say little stuff all the day. Probably got girl panties in it. Like, dang, like.
But where is this coming from?
But her previous relationship. But me, like I said, I'm thinking like, okay, me trying to love her, do all that, or fix it. But really, like, more red flags came out, and then I finally cut it, but it was just like, at first I felt like, nah, that ain't no red flag, nah. She's just traumatized. You know, I can love her and fix it. Nah, man, she tripping. She tripping, it's red flag. I learned from it, though.
I would say for me, a recent red flag that honestly got refreshed on just the other day, just randomly, you know, see the dude, met him, exchanged phone numbers at a store, I'm not gonna say that store, and this dude, honestly, you know why? I would just get in it, I would just get a number just because, I was just, you know, just to see if I still got it. I ain't gonna lie, I was just trying to see if I still got it, if I can still pull dude's number, and I got his number, but, he was just pressuring me, and it wouldn't stop. To where I found myself getting real mad every minute. Why won't you talk to me? Why are you ignoring me? I only talked to this man for 48 hours. 48 hours, and I'm like, why did you? You know, why are you doing this to me, love? Don't you know I have feelings for you? You're so beautiful. Please don't separate. Please don't stop talking to me. Like, you and I were in a relationship for years. This is 48 hours. I said,
that man, you just said a man from the desert. You know why? He was thirsty. That's
why I was thirsty.
But I will tell you how to blame because, like I said, I was just trying to see if I still had it, if I could get the dude's phone number. So I was, you know, I guess play a little game or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I didn't. In 48 hours, you're talking as if you've been in a relationship for a year.
That's what a lot of
Please don't do this.
Let me, because I'm not gonna lie, you know, I was on that side of the coin for a little bit, so I know I know what he was thinking in that sense. Okay. It's like he don't want to lose you.
But only 48 hours?
I
But
can
listen,
lose
you don't want to
something
lose
you didn't
that.
have.
He's like,
Hey.
what? But he was doing the most. He didn't know how. He didn't know how to like keep the interest. He didn't know how to keep the interest going without like.
How can you lose something you don't have?
You don't have. And he was so pushy, y'all. I felt uncomfortable, and I said, "Yo, stop! If you don't stop texting me, if you don't stop blowing, he was blowing up my phone at work." And I texted him. I said, "Hey, I'm at work." This man kept.
And that's a sign of somebody that.
Over. And I said, you know what? And I told my sister, I said, what if I didn't really talk to dude? What if I really started dating him, been with him? Can you imagine the type he would have been? If you like this and we just talking and it's only been 48 hours?
Yeah.
But you gotta think about this.
Red flag.
That's
Did you acting crazy like that?
Red flag.
Like my ladies and dudes out there. And they acting crazy like that?
Red flag. Red flag.
No.
They was coming at you like this when he said red flag.
I had a dream I cheated on her. So she'll mad at me.
Red flag. Red flag. That man woke up and heard that.
Cassandra. Who the fuck is Cassandra? Cassandra in 4th grade? But in another red flag, asked her where she work at. She got bad on her phone.
Uh-oh.
Come on, man. I think I called her that.
No, I know us females, we do be having dreams. I ain't gonna lie, my dreams I think was pretty correct. Accurate. It be accurate. We'll talk about it later. We'll talk about it. But if you weren't doing anything, then cool, then that was her mistake then.
You know what's another red flag? You ever talk to somebody and like, okay, y'all, you say we both grown. Yeah. You want this, I want that. We want the same thing. Okay, so I was talking to this female like months back. And then like we texting, we try to get to know each other. So she asked a question, I'm asking a question.
Yeah.
And then like we got to like, okay, she's like, what's your favorite color? You know me, favorite color black.
Mhm.
And I like black.
Mhm.
So then she was like, I asked her, she had black, it was like a mix of colors, and then it was like pink.
Mhm.
But yeah, I was like, you know, I don't like pink. So I told her, I was like, I don't really like pink. Before I could even say it, like I had it in the text box.
Yeah.
Before I could even say it, she sent me a picture of her little everything.
Oh, yeah.
So
I'm
I'm real.
Oh, my.
We just started having a conversation literally tonight.
So how many other people y'all be talking about?
I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that.
That means
I wanted, that's a red flag for me because we just had a conversation. Okay, you want a relationship, you want things like that. How off the rip you gonna send me a picture like that?
yeah.
You gonna say we want a relationship? Red flag. You don't know what you want. Red flag. Red flag. You don't know what you want, man. What's going on? No way.
Do you feel like Spikey changed from red flag?
No, I think they can learn
Or
from
you think
that.
that's just them?
That's
I'm
just
saying
them.
it's not-
That's
You
you.
know what I'm saying?
No, I
That's a
think
good
they
question.
can
That's a
learn.
good question.
Bro, if they like that, then, bro, that shit get rude.
Thank you.
They
Professional.
Yeah.
Like what Rico talking about, that 48-hour shit. Come on.
That man was crazy.
If she would've-
In 48 hours.
So,
Your pressure.
If you would have went longer with him, imagine. He might strangle
He
you.
just popped up on my phone yesterday. I said, who this? I had to ask Keisha. I said, Keisha, who this? Keisha said, well, you got his number in there. I said, and then I said, oh yeah.
Psycho.
And the text message, I deleted it and I blocked him. But he was just like, good morning, Angel. Just wanted to see you having a blessed day. I was just like, I ain't talked to this man probably in
You should have
in
texted him
months.
back. Nobody I bring down and not this.
You remember when we talked about last time when I said like the devil knocking on the door and you can see who it is? Why you gonna answer it? Block, delete.
What? Not
Then reply.
On to the next one.
On to the next one.
No, man. I'm talking about, I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about like, you get really.
Oh, yeah.
That's bad.
I'm like, why this man still got my
Let
number?
me see if
I thought I had his number, but I forgot. I
You gotta
forgot.
block it.
I did. I blocked it and I deleted it. I didn't reply.
That's what the hell you supposed to do.
I'm not gonna reply.
She texted me the other day too.
What we talking about last
oh,
week?
another red flag. She
Another
said,
Block
red
the
flag.
numbers. We talked about
Another
that.
red flag.
block it.
Bitch said her mama never wrong. Her mama, whatever her mama see, she right. Whatever her mom say, whatever she say, bro.
Oh, yeah.
That shit's dead, boy.
So hold on, say jump off a cliff. Yes, ma'am.
Jump off that motherfucking cliff.
She don't mean
Happy.
it.
She don't know.
She-
Do it wrong.
I mean, at a certain age,
Take 5 pennies.
I can see where you're coming from, but once you know yourself, you know like certain things, like what you know, like you got to learn how to make your own decisions at some point.
Right.
Yeah. When you're like 10, 11, 12, like yes, anything your parents say goes. But I'm saying like when you 16, 17, 18, you get to that point like you trying to take your life.
You supposed to admit that you took all what
you
they
can't listen to
did.
everything.
They
Talk
talk
about
shit.
social media. Looking at other people's relationships.
Red flag.
We not
Red
doing
flag,
that,
no.
bro.
But Will and Jay, listen to
For real, bro, like Jay-Z could be beating the brakes on Beyonce. We don't know.
It's not our business.
That don't mean they're acting, bro. Everybody take a damn picture, bro. Like, no fuck. That's all it is, a picture, bro.
But that pissed me a lot to them. Social media,
Like,
come on, bro. Look what they did.
We don't got that money.
We can't pay nobody to cover this fuck. It is what it is. Oh my goodness. So okay, with red flags, like okay, I don't know if y'all seen it. You know what I'm saying? Feel free to comment, like I said. As we talking, you can comment, say whatever you want to say. If it ain't right, I'm gonna tell you. Feel me? But now listen, a lot of people see. Okay, I have made a post. I shared a post the other day about acrimony. It kind of tie in with red flags and the movie. And a lot of females that's out there, when y'all see this, even if it's not live, comment. I'm in your head. Y'all say y'all feel like she not wrong and this and that. I see both sides. Honestly.
She said she not wrong.
She
Yeah,
wrong.
they said she not wrong.
Why she
She,
not
I
wrong?
feel like she
She
wrong.
I'm saying,
wrong.
what was the comment? Like you supposed to say it last time.
No, the comment, I don't know, they was basically saying like, oh, she spent all that time with him and he was doing this and that and like it wasn't like, I don't
I'm saying, what
know.
was he doing
I
wrong
mean,
though?
But you can tell, okay, like they talking about the beginning when they was chicks, like when they was in college and whatnot, and and then he had cheated at one time. She called him, all that stuff going on. She did, listen, how I feel about that, we all adults, okay?
Yeah.
You chose to stay with him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You chose to stay with him. And we all have been in that, position where well, I'm still gonna try to,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Gonna try to.
Exactly. Yeah.
Ooh. I'm still gonna try to, work it out with him, and you know what I'm saying. But as the stuff continues, like even this is why I say she was wrong. I say she was wrong because she had a bunch of red flags before all this bull happened. She didn't make no decision. She wanted to stick with him, which I be saying, I'm gonna stick beside him. That's what she did. Okay. When he wasn't working, she was giving him money. She was doing all that. And she's a good woman, but at the same time, I can see if he off the rip.
Hold on, how long was she supporting him for?
I'm saying
About 16 years.
No, she was supporting him for 16
That's not what
years.
it's about. That's what I'm saying.
But then
It's
you gotta
not
watch
like
the movie.
it.
Wasn't the aunties no telling
Okay.
people that's why she did it?
That's what her
Okay.
sister.
But he had to he had
Her
to
sister.
No,
Her
what
sister.
happened was
Those
her
are
sister's
sisters.
auntie was involved in telling her to leave him and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
then when she did that,
He blew up.
He blew up.
That man signed for like 900 million.
yeah.
Yes.
The thing about it, did he try to go back on it? Or
Yes, he came back. Even after she divorced him, he came back. He had a check. He had a
Yeah,
car
$5
key.
million.
He bought the house back, and he
Yeah,
made her
$5 million.
move. He got it back for her, and he asked for one more chance. She said, hell no. She think about her sister. She looking around anybody else. She said no. Soon as he married another woman and doing everything
But
that
did
he
she
wanted to
know
do
he
for
was
her.
that big?
Yes.
Yes, he cut her check.
He put her in
And
check.
he still and
She still
She
didn't
was listening to her
Her
sister,
sister.
Yeah, people.
and they were better.
Oh,
It was
nah,
better.
nah. I think y'all
Bad
tripping.
relationship.
I think y'all tripping.
That's a lesson too. Like you gotta follow.
I think y'all tripping.
Yeah, he was
Y'all
tripping.
Y'all
He
tripping.
He was trying to give her money to all the years that she had.
Yeah.
So I recently just rewatched
Yeah.
that.
No,
That
I'm
shit.
saying,
that.
wasn't that one point he was trying to get back with her or something?
He was. He was. I was.
No,
No, I'm talking about.
No, he wasn't. He wasn't. I recently rewatched it.
She went to his house and she was naked underneath the robe. Remember, and the lady came out and she was shook.
yeah,
But she didn't realize it because he
But that was after though. That was after he came to the building. That was right after.
He was with another lady. So- No. She wasn't.
So I'm just saying, like,
That joke.
Yeah, she didn't know he had the money.
No, this one. That's what I'm talking about.
When he tried to
No,
get back, I remember
when they
that.
was signing the paper, remember?
Flowers.
When the shit, they was in the
Yes, that
divorce.
part, that part.
And he was like, I'm begging you, like, please don't do this.
Yeah.
And she was like, her sister was right there, she looked around, and then she did the face, and she was like, she signed the paper, and then he signed the paper, and then that was that. But even then, after that, he still came at you, he still cut you the check, he still made sure everything that he made you lose, he gave back to you tenfold. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like, for me, it's like, how was he wrong? I understand he did stay, but she stayed. You know what I'm saying? If you would have cut it, you know what I'm saying, when stuff was going wrong, then it's different. But you stayed.
Yeah.
And then you did all that for nothing. You see somebody else reaping the benefits of what you stayed for. That's dumb. That's dumb as hell. That don't make no sense. Oh, I see some stuff going on up here. Let me make sure. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm selling out. Okay.
I'm saying, like, how do y'all feel about that?
Definitely, she showed a lot of that. She was.
So hold on. So y'all saying right when he got married to another girl, she was mad.
Yeah, she
tried to
burned
kill
them. She
them.
tried to. Well, eventually,
She
in
was
she
stalking
did.
them.
She stalked them.
Yeah.
She poured acid up and stuck into the wedding place. Poured acid on the girl's dress in the wedding shop. And she was seeing a therapist. She was telling her therapist. So it's
Yeah.
like her telling the story to her therapist, pretty much what's going on. She was very angry, but she should have been mad at herself.
Sister.
She was bitter as
Or herself first.
And then no, 'cause at the end she tried to sell her sister's out on. Like, okay, she said something about the sister husband having a child out of wedlock basically, and then the other one ain't shit. And I'm like, so you listen to them though?
Yeah.
And then this is my point. It happens a lot in this generation. a
Yeah,
lot.
man, other people getting something.
Yeah, and then they be with the worst people in the world, and they tell you not to, but they stick beside them.
Especially when.
So how you gonna take advice from somebody like that?
If the other person ain't doing right, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How you getting advice from somebody that probably ain't never been with somebody,
Ain't never getting
they
here.
probably doing something, and they not give you advice.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Well, this is like a hypocrite.
exactly.
It don't add up.
But I'm saying you see it all the time.
Yeah.
In both spectrums. We get
But
advice
that's,
from my homeboy, he out here dogging girls and all that. He gonna tell me they finna do the same thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He not gonna be like,
So why am I
he
gonna
better
tell
than
you?
me.
I'm gonna give perspective, like say if I'm in a marriage for an uncle that's probably been dealt with his wife for a couple, 20-some years. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not gonna go somebody who married 20 years old.
I see you hear about it at church all the time with the pastors. Like pastor said, like he dealt with his stuff, he taught the pastor stuff about certain stuff because it's vice versa. Like it's the same thing. How do I deal with this? I'm not gonna go with somebody, a homeboy that's out here doing
Single.
3, 4 different marriages,
Yeah,
8
yeah.
different kids.
Toxic
You know what I'm
relationship.
saying?
And then asking for like, what kind of, like, what I'm gonna get from that? Like,
So for y'all that agree that she was right for doing what she did,
Y'all
I'm
tripping.
gonna say y'all wrong. What's wrong with y'all?
and you can go in the comments, but you know I already debated with half of
Her
y'all.
anger, I feel like is, I would be mad. After all the years of support, naturally your sisters are gonna say, sis, it's been 16 years as a woman and as a grown man. Naturally, they're gonna say you need to do something else. It'll be one thing if they gonna hold my own and try this. He was only focused on that. It was never about her.
Correct.
Only himself and what he wanted.
Correct.
So she has a right to be angry. To go and do all that,
That's
absolutely
no.
not.
That's my
It's a
I don't wrong
issue.
her either for listening, because you know what I'm saying. At one point, you got to look at yourself.
Like I said, I understand both sides.
she
At the
stopped
same
believing in
time,
bro. She stopped believing in me.
you,
I mean,
16 years.
That is a long
And he
time.
didn't ask her.
but hey, Pastor Scott did a message on that though.
His
Some people, some things, it's all about time. Some
Yeah,
things
take
take
time,
longer.
shit.
Some things longer.
I'm sorry.
And he was-
this generation.
Oh yeah, that's
But I understand, like I said, I understand both sides. But you gotta think about it. I had to respect that though, because he didn't stop riding on that though. He stayed on that.
But
Even
what
though
about
he wasn't, you know, I understand.
Nobody's addressing her.
I
This
understand.
whole time, the movie was him and his machine, him and his machine, him and his machine. He never even addressed her.
That part.
I feel like he was thinking about
That
it.
is
He was trying to get
But
everybody
it's
to
an overall no for her.
I'm talking about the way she acted after, that's what I'm talking about.
Of course, naturally, that's psychotic. But of course you would go psycho. Like, I understand you chip.
You in your 40s.
You chip.
But this
Your
is-
whole life, you don't have no kids, you wanted kids, you wanted everything, you
Yeah.
didn't get that. Because of this man and his dream. And finally you say, you know what, enough's enough because I gotta think about myself. Then you blew up.
Then he blew up. Now you
So
can commit
anybody,
suicide.
I'ma check in the Peace River right quick.
Yeah.
Of course.
Suicide.
What she thinking is, I done dealt with this man for this long.
Nah, you got
He
to
not-
shit.
That's why y'all need to be in the podcast. So,
I mean, he wanted to be
You said,
with
y'all
her.
said turn the camera.
You said he trying to
Yeah.
get
Q.
That's what I'm
Like you
saying.
want me to turn and say,
Okay, are you serious?
girls don't know that.
But, hold on.
You know what I'm saying? That's
Nah, she-
Don't turn the camera.
Hey, guess what? I understand what they said, but she still had the chance to say, you know what, fuck it, I won't sign this paper. Because how you gonna burn out somebody? You did all that and you still want to be with them then. You
I
had to
just
be
think
with
she
them.
was She wrong.
Yeah, she wrong.
Yeah.
She was wrong. But really, this is what I'm saying.
Something
This is what I'm saying.
I
I understand.
And like Keisha said, I see where she was saying, you
Yes.
for a woman, if you're not getting any attention.
You want kids, you can't have
Hey,
kids.
what's up, I'm telling you?
Too old now, you waiting on
Listen.
him to his crack.
I understand where her
Sit back,
anger
sit
will
back.
come from, but overall, the end for her to kill them.
Yes, and then she got the girl pregnant. She couldn't get a kid.
And sleeps.
I'm
I can see why she upset, but.
Do you remember why she? You remember why she on good with Was that like a natural body thing, or is that just because they did not?
He wasn't worried about that. He didn't want that. He wanted to do work on his dream.
Keisha, was she wrong?
And I understand he was wrong for not
I
considering that,
wouldn't kill
but at the same
nobody.
time, you let
But
him
I'm
voice
gonna-
all against your life,
Absolutely.
so you was already that far with him.
But I
Hey,
would
she
She should have
never-
said all together.
But she
I
was
see where
wrong.
Keisha coming from because I feel like
Was she wrong
he
with that?
Was she
basically.
wrong?
For killing him, yes.
You pulling the air
I'm
out.
talking about the whole spectrum.
Yes.
Not the
Was she
whole
right?
spectrum, because I would get angry too.
Yeah, I'll get into because you
Wrong.
know.
Wrong.
I like this guy.
Yeah.
He ain't have shit. You know what I'm saying? Ain't really doing
Hey,
shit.
step
But
aside.
his own shit. But
Why
when
did you
then
do
he
that?
got shit. I don't do what you
It's
told me. It's
saying
like
that shit
I
crazy.
feel like I helped you get this girl because I sat here with you and went all through all.
But he
this.
never had any but not leave.
Stop y'all from having kids all that.
No,
He still asked her not to
He
leave.
was focused on his dream.
Right.
He didn't want that. It wasn't time.
Right.
He didn't want it.
After
She
he died.
slaved and working all
But
the
then,
hours.
like you said, I'm just going off what I heard because I've never watched the movie. They said he came back with a check, house, car, all
He
this
was
stuff.
already with the woman when he came back.
Yeah, he was
I'm
already.
just saying,
That's
he
part
still was
you
right for
mix
that
up.
though.
He was
She
already.
did right for that.
He was
Oh,
already
so
with
he
another
wasn't
woman.
single when he came with
He
that.
was. He was trying to get her back before he. That's after she said no. All of a sudden he got a deal. After she said no.
Right.
That's when that happened.
He told her.
Hey,
That's
that's
at the same time. He told her, but he told her about the meeting with the company.
Oh,
He told her about all that. So she had a choice there to say, let me see him. If it worked, that's why he skipped out on that
Okay,
job.
but
Yes.
watch
She
it.
believed
If she told him about the deal, and she would have ran it back, okay, I'm gonna get with you, then y'all would have said she fouled. Because she would only got back with him because of the deal.
No, I wasn't.
If somebody worked.
But I'm saying she put all that time in. I want to go there. Because she put all that time in.
I probably should have let him say that.
She put all that time in.
Was she wrong for being mad, for being with somebody?
No, I'm saying that. I'm not
she's
saying
not
that.
wrong
I'm
for
saying
being
she
mad.
wrong how she
But
reacted.
no, you said, of course, killing somebody is wrong.
That's what I'm
But
talking
her
about.
being angry is not.
I never said that she wrong for
But
that.
see, to me, that's like, duh, you can't kill
He didn't
somebody.
die.
Like, duh. It's that simple.
Exactly, yeah.
Let's talk about the root.
No, they haven't had to kill her.
Angry and all the stuff.
But she was trying to kill the girl. No.
That's what I'm saying.
She was trying to kill
I
her.
thought he was good for that
Let's talk
time.
about
He
the
didn't say.
movie.
Yeah, $5
And
million
all
this and
all
that.
that. That's
A house.
duh.
He was good for
He
that.
wrote that check for
So
$5
the
million.
woman that is with him is, you know,
Damn,
weeping
he
what
wrote a
she
check for like
should
$5
be,
million.
right?
And she turned that down.
She thought it was fake. She showed her sister.
Oh, we got to get this. We got money.
I'm saying he good for that.
She was sick in the building.
They were happy there about that. She was sick.
Oh, and another thing too, even though, like I said, he did pay her, he gave her all that money and stuff. When her mom passed away and gave the sisters and her all that money, she invested in him.
Yes, she
That
did.
house.
She did.
Even though
He
he
ain't
didn't
pay no
have
bills,
kids,
nothing.
he
He
didn't
got
do
a house.
nothing.
Yes.
He had a house back.
But I'm saying he bought the house, he gave him $5 million.
He gave her way
He
more
real
than she
for
gave
that.
him.
I'm sorry, he real for that.
Okay, him come back and give her money, that's the correct thing to do. But how you think?
That's the least you can do.
That's the least you can do, my nigga. I gave my life.
Yeah.
I'm working sun to sundown while you sit at the table with your project.
But I feel like he understood that. That's why he did what he did.
Yes, and he did.
Yeah, 16
Before he
years later.
did that, and then didn't come with another woman,
That's how God
he should have
operates.
did that, and then got on his knees and had a motherfucking ring in his hand. That's what he should have did.
God-
And no, because she
God-
ended up
She left for who the hell? It don't matter. It don't matter because if he was with her for that
way.
long, you say you love
No
her.
way, no
You
way.
come back with the ring.
I disagree.
Come back with the ring. You're like, okay, I know you. You
Now
probably had
that I beg you, you trying to get out. Let's be real.
One at a time.
Somebody
gotta be a man.
I'm gonna tell you right now. No, for real. I'm gonna tell you right now why y'all don't understand this. Because y'all ain't never been in no relationship like that.
Right.
I done been in a relationship. I've been married. I can talk about this shit.
Right.
See, I understand.
That's
what
just
you're
you.
saying.
That's still you.
It's different
That's your
levels, but you
point of
gotta
view.
understand.
But you gotta take yourself out of
Just
it.
one of you.
Let me go.
But he tried to come back before the money. Y'all talking about
Listen,
wishing,
listen.
he did try to do that
Listen.
before the money, so it would have been the same cycle.
Listen,
Yeah.
Y'all trying to justify it and it's not making sense.
listen, if I'm dealing with somebody, I don't even care. I'm dealing with somebody, and then I make that, I try to go back with a more.
Exactly, after you
Listen,
make that,
listen,
you
no,
make
I'm
that
not
in the
talking
movie,
about-
you
let me
make
talk-
first.
Let me talk about it. It was in the
Mixed
papers,
up.
it was in papers, they was doing it in the room, and she still denied him, right?
Yeah.
And then him doing all that, I feel like he was still right for what he did. He tried to give $5 million real good for that. But me personally, if a girl leave me like that, just leave me personally like that high and dry, I'm not going back.
Cause the thing is though, the reason that she left him though, the reason.
That just be
She was like, high and dry.
I'm sorry, I'm wrong.
That man knew if they would say yes, he was going to come into some big money.
Alright, we're gonna extend this for 5 more minutes and then that's it. We're gonna move on after that. But
No,
go
we're
ahead.
close to the next topic. Okay, so then the next topic that we're gonna talk about, y'all, which flows naturally to is domestic violence.
You know, and they're trying to keep me.
Speaking of killing your
Real. Yeah, what?
So, who wants to go first? I personally, I've never been in this predicament. Yeah, if you're that's toxic. Like if you find your significant other like that, I mean, you guys need to. It depends on your love language. But that's not a part of my love. Like you both have to have that same understanding of okay, we being physical, but we kind of trying to kill each other. Like, unless y'all have that understanding, like there should be.
Hold on, fast, make us
Yeah,
You running your mouth, talking crazy to me, calling me names, talking down on me. I've been talking your ass up.
So, hey, respect. If you want respect, you better give respect. Basically.
Physical.
So, okay. So yeah, domestic violence. It can that be verbal as well?
It's
It's what is it? Physical, verbal,
Yeah,
it's mental too, right? You can be mentally.
Mental, yeah, verbally, mentally.
Okay, right.
You
broke ass.
Like you got stronger energy type.
Y'all just say you broke ass. Hey, I ain't gonna lie. I didn't get hit. I didn't realize verbal abuse is like a thing until like I went to somebody's house, and this is somebody who it's my father. I ain't gonna lie, and it's just like the way he was talking to. I was like, dang, like you come up, what's this and this and that. I'm just like man, and then I stood up to him. I'm like, bro, you don't talk to her like that. That's not how you talk to a woman. Like she a woman, you don't talk to her like that. And then somebody who's been by you for so long, you don't disrespect them like that. And then he got hot, and then we get into altercation. I'm like, man, like I didn't know how bad verbal abuse sounded like until you sitting in there and it's like you hear the disrespect, like and they talking to you like, and then it's because it always leads to the next physical next.
So and that's what I was getting at. It leads to a physical altercation.
Because who gonna take that disrespect?
But what if it was not a man? What if it was not your dad arguing to the stepmom? But what if it was your stepmom arguing to his dad?
Yeah, come on, bro. Same thing.
No, but at the same time, like it wouldn't. If she were to hit him, it wouldn't really go down that way. Like he'd probably like either push her off or
No,
something like that. Well, let's not be too specific. Let's just go.
No, listen, he already know. He know. I already discussed this with him. Like we done been through it. So he know that I'm open mouth certain things. He know this. That's why I said it outright. But I'm telling you right now. If it was her the same way, listen, my dad is different.
Yeah, no, I understand.
I ain't gonna say it, but he's different.
In another situation where you don't know the people, how do you think you would go?
What?
Like if the man.
Would I say something?
No, yeah. If a woman were putting her hands on her husband,
I'm gonna lie to you. I don't know them.
That's what I'm saying though. Like if you're trying to judge that situation, like pretend like you're a detective for the police or something, or you're a police and you pull up on the scene and then that happens. Like what's?
I mean, if I was a police, then I'm gonna do my job. But as a woman in the street, I've seen this happen before. Like I seen a man. I'm talking about man dragging the girl across the damn street, like dragging her, but her body. You know that took my ass in the house.
Yeah.
What I would say to that man?
Exactly.
You know you ain't boy, you wrong and drag me across the street too. But it's like at the same time, you gotta think about it. If these are these people personal business, people get wild about their stuff. So if I'm saying if she hitting on him and I say something to her and she wild on him, then it's just a whole bunch of trouble.
What if you wild out and then all of a sudden they both jump you?
Right. Man, and then I'm getting my ass jumped.
That's the question. Would you jump
Hey, before we continue, Keisha will be on this podcast.
Yes, she
She said I will.
She gonna give you.
I will.
Oh yeah.
All right. That's what it is.
That's the thing. Y'all just said right. Oh no, I know she got an opinion. I know she got an opinion. She's getting over here to verbally, put it out there. So
Well, I'm mental.
How you
Hey, Matilda, type 1 in the chat if you want Keisha to be.
Please.
How you think about the child?
Yeah,
How
Sean,
do you think the
don't
message
get me started.
that shit is a child?
Toxic.
I mean, y'all saw the whole Rihanna and Chris Brown, and he said for Chris Brown, that's when
He grew up like that. That's
he grew up
true.
like that, and Rihanna, I think her family was like that
Yeah,
too.
her dad was like
So she
that.
thought it was okay. So they was always so.
Oh, Rihanna's
And Chris Brown, yeah,
Yeah.
his daddy used to be the mama.
They grew up.
Their parents, yeah.
Oh, okay, so they were both in raised in an abusive household.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you see how they situation came out. So you see, they were tough. They said they fought more than once. This at the last time, that's what blew up when they got exposed. They said they been spending years on each other.
They stay together.
My mom and dad stay together.
So,
Yeah.
so
Why
it,
not?
it's
But
not good.
that one put her in like a black eye. So that was
That's
bad.
I'm pretty sure she has black eyes before. They said they been thumping.
Been duking it out.
They been duking.
I mean, it really does only take like 2 weeks.
He was like 18 though.
So you just gotta be cooped up
Yeah,
in
he
the
was
house.
He was like 18, 17 though.
I mean,
He
but
was
I realize
young. He was young, but yeah, he
But-
was.
Do that man still be talking to females or throwing people phones and stuff like that?
He does have
Right.
arguments. He does have anger management.
yeah, you know what I'm
There's
saying.
some dudes that's gonna always be this way.
But if you think about it in the right way, like even
They ain't
because
gonna
I know
touch
females that like, I know people that have been through
And that's the
that,
thing
so-
though, you think those men that are abusers, how would they fare
They're gonna
against
use the
another
same
man?
thing.
How they gonna fare against another man? Like what do you think they're
Most
They
times
tough.
they be soft.
like yeah, are they tough against
They be
another man?
soft,
Or are they
old,
gonna be
man.
a
So they tell, don't fight.
Exactly. Because the men that abuse women, they want their dominance over them because they don't get it.
They ain't
They
gonna
don't
have
get that.
Which is what I was gonna say, which is turns into the mental. Because they feel like, you know, they are subjected to
Oh, I
them.
can't
They
dominate
lead,
any
they
other
can't do nothing.
spectrum, so I'm gonna dominate my woman.
Beating brings out the girls.
Because even trickling down even at school, you know what I'm saying?
Young,
It's
they
just
start
like,
young.
like, for example, we had a girl stab a student like last week. You know what I'm saying? Yes.
Stab a
That
student?
shit getting like Kathleen.
No, I'm saying, no, I'm just saying it's getting, that's what they seeing, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Social media, or probably in their household, and then when they listen to, all that stuff trickles to you. Like if you sitting in all this stuff that's gravitating, and like you said, right, like you just dealing with stuff in life, you probably was doing wrong, and then she just said, all right, I
You
see
probably
it.
thinking it's
And
okay.
then boom.
Because the people that's raising you will stand together even though they're killing each other. So you thinking like, okay,
So
this is how it's supposed to be.
So what's I see now, like, cause I was there, I mean, always, and men be about to, I'm like, hey, what you gonna go? I be because you know, I cuss flat out. I don't like stuff like that.
They don't
When it
care.
comes to women, I got nieces, I got sisters, so I'm not, we ain't doing that, though. And that's not, I don't even get to playing around. They be
But
putting me in head loss. I'm like, hey, man, no, this is high school, though.
that also could play into with something we can talk about later with the whole equality. 'Cause a lot of these young boys, I'm not gonna say men, young boys, they feel, oh, since you women want equality, you know, if you gonna hit me, I'm gonna hit you, or I'm gonna treat you like a man. Since there's really necessarily now no femininity,
Yeah.
is that the right word? So these dudes now like, oh, well, we gonna go 50-50. I ain't paying no rent. We go full half and half.
So what have you
You
been
gonna
saying
hit
for
me,
years?
I'm gonna hit you back.
Chivalry is dead.
Yeah, you said that. Chivalry, yeah. But that's definitely another time. But I know, I'm asking in the comments, a lot of dudes, they be sounding purely angry at this whole, oh, well, y'all women, y'all equal now. So I mean, y'all need to do what y'all need to do. And I'm just like, whoa.
It's a
Did
lot of
you make any up or something?
Well, I would.
Oh, wait. The guest speaker has not talked yet.
What?
So,
Domestic violence.
domestic violence, Jermaine.
Domestic violence.
You don't want to talk about it, it's cool though. I understand.
Yeah, man. It's fresh.
You good?
You on the
You want to understand, you want to talk how did you feel?
Oh, God.
Oh!
It's tough.
COVID.
COVID.
Like you've been dealing with someone who constantly tries to push you down and wants you to be underneath them,
Mental abuse.
mental abuse.
They,
You good?
no.
As you can see, he's good though, but you see the effects obviously. And that's why it's important, you know, obviously we dealing with stuff that's important as a family. You know what I'm saying? That's why we do stuff that supports a conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Hey, a lot of
And we
people
go in the
different
church
times.
tomorrow. Praise the Lord.
What time is it? I think it was 10:30, right?
And I get you. You there too.
10:30, y'all. I'm gonna
Yeah,
start.
church.
Hey, what y'all think about that one video?
That Brittany Renner one?
Hell no, bro.
What about men getting beat up, Junior?
What about men getting beat up?
Getting beat up, Junior.
Oh, I was talking about that. Listen, I was dealing with a female, you feel me? And then,
Yeah. John had said.
Female beat your ass.
she beat me.
She beat the brakes on her.
That bitch so fucking crazy. So,
I need to put
it was a New Year's
I
party.
need to put
Kato was there. And then,
Okay, I got.
so I'm a guy, like, I like to be around, well, that's around her family, it's kind of weird. You know, I'm dancing, and then she felt some type of way, she thought I was being friendly with her auntie. Yes, I'm right. Man, shut up, I'm talking. So then, you know me, I'm like, I didn't think she was that bad, but she was, so go outside, and she yelling, so I don't lie, mind you, when girls be out, and shit, I'm like, nah, I'm just get it all out, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm so chill, like, I'm not the type of dude.
chill out nigga.
Yeah, so he said, all that bullshit, brother, what's wrong with you? You on cloud, if we both here, it's not gonna work. You know what I'm saying? So I'm tired. You know what I'm saying? So I'm chill about it. But I'm still being mindful, like, man, calm down, like, what you doing, you tripping. And then this girl ended up pushing me. You know what I'm saying? So mind you, I ain't gonna lie to you. I had a split second when that fist balled up. You feel me? And I ain't gonna lie to you. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm be real. But then the spirit hit calm down. So then I didn't do it. You feel me? So I had to let it destiny. But then shoot up the red flag. I ain't gonna lie, my dumb mind stayed with her. And then, make her talk, nigga. So then time went by, you know, breaking up, and I dealt with some situation again. She tried to come, and mind you, she tried to shake me with an umbrella. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm saying, with the umbrella.
She tried to cut out my image.
And then my sister, she went back to her, she put her coat back on, she hit against the car.
Yo.
Said, calm down, you feel me? So then, situation got crazy, like y'all left, you know, fighting, and then that whole spectrum, my whole spectrum is just like, now, like, that whole thing made me just realize, like, once you see red flags, dealing with people who leave slide.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? No girl, she's a great person, you know what I'm saying, but slide. She was dealing with stuff like that. I'm just saying, you did, like, we're going back to, like, the importance of therapy and all that, dealing with trauma,
You're right, yeah.
emotional stuff, because the stuff balls in.
Yes.
So you feel like it's and seeing stuff as childhood, your parents doing certain stuff you thought was right.
Yes.
So that's the whole spectrum. You know what I'm saying? Not saying it was right, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but people normalize things.
Like we discussed last week, breaking generational ties. Alright.
Yeah.
Y'all feel me? Y'all not feel like all that?
For some reason, guys, she's always there.
Always. You know what I'm saying? How about yours?
Mocha.
Bobby, what's your take on domestic?
Oh, woo, woo, woo.
Hold on.
Do you have personal experience with that?
Talk about yours.
I mean, I've been hit a couple times. And they said, first, the first hit, I warned them. I'm like, hey, bro, don't you ever in your fucking life hit me like that again. Like, I don't even know what the hell happened for you to feel that way. And then next time, like, as women, we get mad, you doing this shit right here. But then she started pushing my head back. And I gotta.
Nah, you can't mush
You
nobody. That's it.
Yeah.
If you mush somebody anywhere,
I feel like, I don't like my fingers like that.
Mush and spit.
Yeah, but you in my face.
I'd rather you punch me, though. I'd rather you punch me. Mush in the spit.
That's just aggravating. You just like egging somebody like, you see this nigga? Like,
Yo, like she was doing this
Stop
right
the
here.
spit. You spit on me, dog. You got
And see, that's what happened to me personally. You gonna drape me up, and then you yell into what you.
And you in my face.
Is covered
And
up.
spit. I'm gonna punch you in your face.
All that trauma.
Okay, that's it. start Mike Tyson in
I might have to drag you out the house, man. Your parents will never see you again. Okay? Speaking of which, broken homes. That's what
Hold on, let me finish my job. I'm just saying,
I've been going back and forth.
Alright, finish up, kid. Finish up.
Long story short, I ended up hitting shit, I ain't gonna lie to you. And then I had to break up, let her know,
You
like,
said that low, what you said?
I hit her shit. I couldn't, come on, man, that's disrespectful, bro. Like, you don't never gotta take it that far, that's me. I had to tell her back then, though. Now I'm calm, so calm, I will leave you forever. Put your hands on me instead.
I ain't gonna hit for years, so.
Yeah.
Experience.
That shit did.
Let me say, what you say the other one was?
Broken home.
I come from.
Hey, what y'all think about,
Say hi to promise.
Promise.
when you promise you gotta do that collab, Jit?
What they do, man?
Hey, get on the YouTube, fam. Get on the YouTube.
Keep it G, they ain't gonna find it.
Keep it G podcast.
Go ahead.
If you don't find it, hey, listen, if you don't find it, I put a link on the PPG podcast page. It's a link. Click that. Come on, smart like that. Yeah,
See what I'm saying?
I put the link out there.
Like you search them, my mama ain't gonna fuck with it.
That's why I
You got it.
put the link out there.
It's about keeping G for a reason.
That's why I put the link.
All you do is you type in keep it G.
That club.
You go to filters and you type in
Filter.
There you go.
Can we get back to the topic?
I'm gonna try to show you all that club.
To the topic.
Hey,
Hey, get out. What y'all doing, man? We on the
bro.
Hey, yo, all about
Hey, last topic we doing is broken homes.
I gotta talk about what y'all think about
Just
money.
speak up, man. Everybody talking, you
I'm
speak
trying to
up.
talk.
Go ahead, man.
Put a little bass in your voice.
Got you.
It sounds very domestic, I'm concerned.
Go ahead, y'all. Cue about to go. The real cue.
Listen.
Don't be abusive verbally.
You right.
That shit don't mean nothing. But listen, so this lady got caught cheating on her brother. Whatever, it was on camera there. And he came in the room stabbing the dude. And the lady fell on the bed. He stabbed like 70 times. Like, stabbed him there and killed him. What y'all think about that?
I think that's wrong.
You should go to jail.
I wouldn't give my life away for that.
Just act really again.
That shit is crazy.
I think like
That
10
was
years.
on video, bro. Man, that man stabbed him in the neck like 3 times.
You got burned for a
No,
kid.
I'm not killing nobody.
On video, like.
That's
You
the
not about to go?
jail.
I ain't going to jail
That's
for
the
nobody.
in the first
Once
place.
you
I ain't
learn
worried about
yourself
it.
and you really love yourself,
You ain't gonna be working.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm gonna be working.
Ain't gonna do all that. That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Now I do believe that people
Well, I
snap,
feel
yes,
too much for that.
but no, this is so.
Now, I ain't gonna say I wouldn't beat that ass, but I'm saying I wouldn't stab you 70 times. What the hell?
You got 75.
What kind of shit is that? Like, what did that do?
it was creepy and everything.
Look, did she stop cheating?
It was like
It was like 75, 79.
Listen,
So regular.
but if the whole woman is known because all that stabbing it ain't changed nothing. She was
Ain't
getting
changed nothing, like. The dude that shit cheated on ran out. He stabbed him like 1 time. He ran out. He left up. Y'all would left.
Of course.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody should offer you, of course.
That ended up being her thing.
Come on, kill me.
Exactly.
Of course.
Dumb.
She fell on the bed. She fell on like, sorry.
You know how I feel about that whole
Out
situation?
of them.
I think he had like a ring camera. I think he saw it the whole time. And then got that light on.
So it was premeditated, you going to jail forever.
And guess what?
What
She gone, but that other
It
nigga he
can't be
gonna do the
like
same
passion, like
thing.
what if they passion on
Oh, nah, she gone.
That's
I said the nigga that ran, he gonna continue to do whatever he doing. He didn't fix nothing. He just gave himself a sentence.
all right. Last topic. I want to start it off.
Remember the homes?
Broken homes.
What would you consider a home?
I don't know.
Is it both parents
Yeah,
gone?
that is a
It could
good
be,
question.
right.
Or I don't
You
know.
probably
Parents-
have-
Both parents be there, but they don't.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
relationship is broken.
Yeah. They just down to be there. I'm talking about they there for the kids.
But as in broken, is it like you
Missing
can't
kids.
go back
I'll
to this?
go. So basically, a broken house.
You gotta take it back.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
For me, was like when I was growing up,
Video scared.
like my parents and mom and dad, you could just tell that to a certain point they didn't like each other. They was just there. You know what I'm saying? There's to a point in life that I felt that should have been better separated. Because it was affecting me emotionally, coming home with arguments. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sometimes I go to bed at night,
Uh-oh.
you know, here.
I mean, that's everybody though. I grew up through that.
I'm just saying, just it's
So it's like,
I'll tell you stuff, but I'm not gonna.
but yeah, I
So,
mean,
I'm
dealing
just
with
saying,
that.
dealing with that emotionally is not helpful for the child. Because they're gonna go up thinking that's probably right,
That's right.
and then do not deal with their emotions, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause
Yeah.
a lot of stuff gonna bother them. And then when you go with a woman, you're not gonna probably not gonna know how to care for her because you know based on how you was with your child. That's gonna affect you, you know what I'm saying? That's gonna affect you for a long time. If you don't know how to deal with that.
Yeah, my perspective on relationships.
Another thing is like, obviously, of course, like I said, therapy, we're not getting therapy, we're not want to talk to nobody. It's just gravitate. And that will probably cause people to snap.
No,
You know what I'm saying?
Yep. All that stuff piles up.
It just piles up on you, and then one day, one day you just depressed, anxiety hating, and then thoughts going through your head, like why, you wondering why, because until your baby kid, stuff is just going on. You come home, you didn't feel safe. You know what I'm saying? Because you're like, oh, my parents might, they're probably gonna argue.
Eggshell.
You want extra, you want
Yeah,
eggs.
yeah, because you have been
Crash up.
in the like if you put it in the middle of an argument, that's the worst thing.
Yeah.
Like you oh did this happen and then I tell him this and then this happened like
Also,
and isn't that right, Aaron? And then you asking me to verify some stuff that's gonna make you right in an argument that I'm not
And
involved
then
in.
make
Like,
you wrong. So
that's and then you look like, oh yeah, I'm
Right.
against you. It's like, nah, I'm
You
just
just have
trying
to
to.
immediately.
Aaron is growing up.
I feel.
Aaron is growing up, I might cry.
You actually gave us something from a piece of you.
My-
Oh my God.
my-
Come, burn it. He's a burn.
Get out of here. So yeah, that broken homes. I mean, it can be fractured, but it doesn't mean it can't be pieced back together. So
I believe that too.
you
Yeah.
especially with family, it can be broken, but you gotta take the time and the effort to make
How do y'all
it
feel?
together.
What you call it? No, that's not good.
It's like
Oh, it
a
is.
there's a
So, go ahead, move on, go ahead.
no, there's a saying where if something is broken, you put it back together. It's like more unique than the original. Because everybody can have that original, but every break isn't the same as every other, and you put it back together, it makes another art.
Facts. I know you heard that.
So, I was
You put it back together.
I was talking to a student, he was broken, so I was just feeling like, she said that her being is, like, she had a stepmom, her real father, and the mom left her. That's broken, right? In a way, right?
Stepmom.
Yeah. Yeah, so basically she's saying is that, because we was talking about this subject, and she's saying that obviously she's a middle child, so being a middle child, she doesn't get as much attention. You know what I'm saying? And then she deals with not being able to talk to her mom, because her mom and dad born at it, so her mom moved away to Pennsylvania, and then she's here, and she's doing rap music, and her family not supporting her, and the family, basically the family doesn't know what they're doing towards her, to the point that she wrote me a letter about all the emotion, what she feels and what she's going. So like, we call that broken. So she's saying, because she said that that's what part of it, being divorced and all that, you know, having the stepmom. So like she's saying, like, for example, the mom came in with 2 kids, so she gonna treat them differently than her. But you know, I told her, my person, you know, in the outer culture side is a little different. 'Cause I had a niece, and I treat her like my other nieces. And I told her that. But you know, other cultures are different. And she just said she feels like she's wrong, you know what I'm saying? So yeah.
I mean, because I don't know, I would consider mine like, but I can't say like, because I never lived with, you know what I'm saying? I visited, you know, and I've seen like, you know, my stepmom was always good with us, you know what I'm saying? It was just like, we didn't have a relationship with our dad, so it's just like, I'm more around her kids than I'm around him, you know what I'm saying? And then we always clash because he see things one way and I see things another way. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, like, how I see it is you're taking care of someone else's kid, and then here we are. You know what I'm saying? Like, we were raised basically with y'all. we were raised by y'all parents, you know, so I don't know, I view things different, like, I don't know how to,
How to explain, put it in the
yeah,
word.
how to put it in the word, it's just like, you just know the difference.
Yeah.
I see the difference, like, when I hear other people, like, they talk about, you know, their moms and dad, I don't understand that, because I'm like, you know, okay, you know, I don't understand it, so it's like,
Yeah.
well,
Your authority came from a lot of different.
It
And
was
listen, you
honestly,
are beautiful. I remember that I was watching the live some weeks ago. You're like, nobody told me I'm beautiful. And I'm like,
Oh, the one
God,
that
you're
like
beautiful.
This morning, you said it this morning.
And you said out loud?
Yeah, the one that she said she was like, she didn't grow up.
I didn't even know
And
that.
I even told
Boy, tell that story,
her.
girl. Tell that story that happened this morning. I didn't even know that. No, it's a spirit. You know? I prayed before that too.
He came in the room. Let me say, good morning, beautiful. And for me, 'cause, you know, I don't like music. I hear my head. It's weird because it's like,
it sounded
what the
That
hell?
was weird on her.
Yeah.
It's funny. I never told her. I never told her that. I promise you. I was like, good morning.
When did you say that?
I said
This morning.
This morning.
Yeah, when she said it, I was just like, oh, what this nigga did say this morning. And I said, all right, good morning, handsome. But I was saying like, what the hell wrong with him? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, the little things, you know, they go a long way.
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like, you know, it's always, the basis is children.
That's amazing. Yeah, you said
So-
the little things. We forget about that.
And like, if you come from broken home, you should know like how to deal with other people, like how to deal with children, like how to do stuff like that. You know, how to treat them, how to handle them, because from broken home it's hard, you know, because you don't know like certain things that y'all. Me and Starsha talked about it. Like y'all had, you know, that guidance. You know what I'm saying? We was trying to like, okay, we see that good, and then, you know, y'all dad and y'all mama, and then we just picking from different people, like.
That's what Q doing right now. He trying to fix right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying for your household, you see certain things. So you see my uncle, my cousin on the grill. He like, yo, you learn how to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Small stuff
we
like
learned at a different age. I learned
Which I thought was weird. I'm like,
I learned when I was grown, when I
wasn't
pay a
raised
bill,
like
like,
that.
you know what I'm saying, pay a phone bill, like, I couldn't know shit about a lot of things, like, and she made me do this, and she's like, you know, and then she's like, oh man, I forgot, and then she'll tell me, like,
Yeah.
I always had to walk like Rico, I'm talking about certain things, Keisha talk a lot about certain things. When I
Yeah, you
talk
learn
to we learned like certain responsibilities young, and then stuff that mattered, when I was scrambling. I noticed like I failed a lot. More like up because I was trying to learn while I was doing it. And I failed a lot, but now I'm learning from my mistakes, so I'm just like, okay. But I see other kids that's like me, I try to tell them before they get to a certain age, you know what I'm saying, to guide them. And I always talk to my niece and nephews, like, y'all in the household, you can take as much as you can, because there's kids that's in your grade that's around you that don't have that. And they're going to be looking at you like, well, how do you know that? Like, oh, my parents told me. But they ain't like, you just basically put them up on game because they didn't know. It go hand in hand.
Anything else anybody got something to say?
Anything else
You know
good?
what I'm saying? We good? Good, everybody?
Hey man, you know what I'm saying? That's it for tonight. I appreciate y'all checking in, viewing. Continue to watch the views, share the podcast. Our show, share the podcast.
And let me
Go to Keep It G podcast page.
Yes.
Follow. I sent invites to everybody. Y'all go ahead and accept that. Come on, man. You don't pass out with Cal.
I be saying that all the time. We talk about that later.
You feel me?
Thank y'all for
You feel me?
tuning in.
Hey, the link to the YouTube. The link to the YouTube.
Hey, Margie.
Who?
Margie on the line.
Hey.
The link to the YouTube is on the Keep It G podcast page. Y'all go ahead and
Like, subscribe.
click the link. Make sure you subscribe,
Share
like the page, share, comment.
Share positivity.
And hit me with some topic
Spread the
ideas.
message. Y'all give us a listen.
Yes, sir.
Yo.
Good
Yeah.